Hey guys, another build today. Natural stone steps. We got this jungle right here. We're taking out those concrete steps and we're putting in Black Hills natural stone steps. Bunch of boulder outcroppings. We're gonna re-landscape it, put a nice specimen tree over there. This is gonna be beautiful. We should be able to transform this in 2 or 3 days. My primary concern right now is preserving cable, electric, internet, yeah. So, careful digging. I'm gonna come in here with my grapple. I'm gonna scoop this up. I'm gonna swing it right on the back of the Peterbilt that's sitting up there. So, nice easy access like that. Let's get started digging. Well, that went well enough. We tore out that wall, tore out all the shrubs, the bushes, the plants. The grapple worked really nicely for that. This wire was kind of snaking through the wall, the wooden wall, but we managed to get it tore out. To my knowledge, we didn't break anything yet. Now I have a little bit of excavation done here. Just waiting on our Peterbilt to come back with her step and her stone and some boulders and things like that. Fortunately, we're not very far from the shop, maybe like 15 minutes from the shop, so we don't have to wait too long. In the meantime, we greased the equipment and cleaned it out, and we started carrying which is a good tip, we started carrying a shop vac in our job trailer, so those things get so dirty. So every so often we can get, whenever we have a little bit of time, we're waiting on a trucker, we can clean out our machines with the shop vac. Super good. I'm glad we did that. I had some people ask to see how our job trailer's set up. I'll give you a peek into that. We have to carry a lot of stuff because we have like hardscape materials and water feature materials, and it's hard to always find a home for everything, but DJ set this thing up. I had a couple of ideas. One of the things I wanted was, we used to keep all our plumbing fittings in these little totes down here, and you always had to dig through so many fittings to get, and we use a lot of fittings with our water features. So we have these little shelves built and labeled, and I really like that. We were able to get whatever we wanted up there. The other thing that I wanted to put in was screeding poles with another thing that always got mixed up. We have different length and it was hard to find the one you want. So we just took some Schedule 40 piping. This was not my idea. I saw someone else do it and it worked really nice. So like all our short ones are in here, and then like the 4 and 5 footers are in here, and then the 10 footers are in here. That way you, without digging through the whole stack, you can always, whenever you're traveling. I don't think we ever even closed these because they don't actually fly out, but if they did, you could. And then we put our screen pole bars back there, different lengths. This is just a conglomeration of piping material. Sometimes it's a little more neat than it is right now. Some geogrid, some Schedule 40, some sewer and drain, some conduits, all that kind of thing that you need because you hit stuff. We try to keep like a Lowe's store of fittings in here. And then down here we have all our conduit fittings and small fittings. Ones you don't have to access a lot, but it's nice to have them. We have some totes down here with like tarps and grass seed, masonry equipment, generator. All these things are labeled and easy to access. These two are the boxes that go out to just about every job. Our strap box and our hardscape box. Then we have our compaction equipment, plate compactor, jumping jack, roller plate for pavers. We keep the gas and diesel in here in case we run out. I usually try to haul that in a big tank, but sometimes you run out. And then over here, we have our coffee maker, microwave, you know, spoons and things that you forget in your lunch. This is our toolbox that we build in with just all our service tools, like when you break things. I don't know if you've noticed that a lot of the things we carry in here are to fix things that we break. And then all our screws and bits and all of that jazz. Oh yeah, all our hand tools go on the side there. Everything's labeled, helps the new guys learn the system a little better. So, there you go. Hopefully that gives you some ideas of how we set up our job trailers. I know that a few of you had asked, so there you have it. We have it wired in here, and we have a little generator that we take along so that We basically can power this thing up, lights all through it, and to power the coffee maker and microwave. We can, if there's a receptacle close by, we can just plug it right in, but if there isn't, just use our generator, which is good because Deej and I like hot food. We use that microwave every day. I'll show you a little bit on the front here. We just put a little plug like this in, and then the inside is just standard wiring. So you can get creative and do what you jolly well want. I want these level side to side, but I want it to be a tip in front just a bit so that the water won't puddle on them. I want it to shed off that way. Something about like that. Well, do you like it? Is it better than the wall that was in and the plants? We tucked in these steps up there. This morning we set our last one and then put a bit of flagstone in on the top. And the reason I did it that way is because I want my step to sit level, but the driveway was sloping like that, and it's a little easier to get that pitch with the flagstone. I could set this level, and then I could just kind of blend in the driveway with the flagstone. And then we're gonna put a joining material in here. In the cracks, it's a resin sand wet lock from SRW. Of course, if you're gonna do steps and boulders and stuff, you gotta do plants. So we planted it up this morning, quick and easy. It's gonna add a bunch of color to this, and none of these plants get really big. You don't have to prune or trim any of them. They're all dwarf. I think this is gonna look incredible. Throw down some pre-emergent to keep the weeds from growing, and we're gonna mulch this thing up. Oh, we also added 3 path lights to the project, which I think was a great idea. Those, we use brass bronze path lights from AMP, and we just tucked a few in here to add some lighting to this bank as well as light up these stairs so you can see at night. They are right here. We're gonna put in our transformer, and that's gonna power them. So let's get at it. Hey guys, it is shortly after lunchtime, 1:10. We got this thing knocked out. We started yesterday around 8, so a day and a half. I think that is a pretty fun transformation. I love these little quick projects. Get in here, it's an overgrown jungle, tear stuff out, put stuff in. I like how it looks. We got our lighting transformer tucked in there, and a couple plants put in. We let this area open here. He wants to put some planters here for tomatoes and things like that. He's got a space that's functional, it's beautiful, and I think it's gonna be pretty easy to maintain. Just a tip if you're a homeowner, we really like to use mulch over gravel because it's easier to maintain actually. It's easier to put in, it's easier to freshen up. And the other thing that I really like about it is when I have natural stone steps and I have boulders and you pour gravel over that, it all just becomes one harsh, rocky look. And mulch really brings that, it softens it up, and it makes the boulders and the steps kind of pop. The other drawback with gravel is that they put down fabric and then you put down gravel, and it might stay clean and maintenance free for maybe 2-3 years, but you have leaves and debris that blow in there, and after a while you're growing weeds up through the gravel anyway, and then it's hard to clean. You basically either have to take all the gravel out and reapply fresh stuff, which is very difficult. And so we find it easier to maintain to just put down mulch, and the key is taking weed killer in a little backpack sprayer And every 2 weeks, just walk through the bed, and any little weed that you see, just a little spot spray. It's safe, it's non-invasive, and it's easy. And you can keep your landscape weed free, and then every spring you can just brighten it up with a little bit of mulch. All that to say, that's why I chose to put mulch here, and I really like what it did to bring contrast to the landscape. Thanks for watching this build. If you have any questions, reach out in the comments. If you like to see this kind of content, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one.